folks, it is the Nutty Knife Guy, and we're going to go back out to the war post today with a fixed blade knife, so maybe I don't injure myself again. Just kind of an update on what happened last week. I was comparing the Schrade Spartan, not the Schrade Spartan, but the Cold Steel Spartan and the Cold Steel Luzon. And during the course of testing, I was testing the lock on the Luzon, and it failed, and it took a piece out of my thumb during that failure. I contacted Cold Steel. I sent the defective knife back. They are sending me a replacement, which should be here, God willing, in the River Don't Rise tomorrow. So next week, if the stars align, I will test that knife in an identical manner. Well, not an identical manner, but I will test that knife, test the lock, and see if that lock fails the way the other one did. That's what's forthcoming. That's what's forthcoming for that, because I really, really liked that Luzon until it failed utterly. And I'm hoping it was just a problem with that particular knife. These things happen. I have a lot of Cold Steel products, and this is the only one that has ever failed me. So there's that. But today I am bringing you the Schrade Uncle Henry 181 UH. I like this knife quite a bit. It is a pleasure to wield. It's got nice balance for a blade this size. It's got that. I like the bird's beak. It holds the bead in my hand. This holds the blade in my hand. This handle fits my hand nicely. I am a broken record about this. The Stagolon is cool. I mean, it's got a lot of grip to it in the texture. But like so many knives, I think that every knife ever made by anyone should have an option to have a craton handle on it. I just love the craton. This would be awesome with a craton handle because it's in it, but it is great the way it is. 7CR17 MOV steel, 9.875 inch blade, call it 10 inches, and it is decently sharp. I have had this for about 2 years now. I don't know why I haven't reviewed it before. I have used it, and I have not sharpened it that I remember. I might have sharpened it and forgot. I've used this for like brush clearing around the house, and I've used this for practice cutting water bottles and stuff. But it has not met the war post yet. I bought my brother one of these because he's going to go boar hunting for the first time this year, and in case something goes wrong and he winds up close and personal with the hog, I thought this would be a good knife to handle because a good knife for that, and not only because of the defense aspect of that, because hogs have been known to come after people, wild boars. This can be used for light bush keeping, light bush clearing, for him to clear a path through a thicket or something like that. But it's light enough that it's not a pain in the butt to carry. The sheath is nylon. It is good for a nylon sheath. It is rugged, good solid stitching, nice rivets, thick thread. This is something that you could put on your belt, go hunting, go camping, go hiking, and the sheath looks like it would hold up quite well. I mean, it's adequate. There's nothing to write home about, but I don't think it would fail. So there we go. Like I said, getting a new Luzon. Hopefully this one works because I really like that design of the knife, and it was doing so well before it failed. And we're going to go out to the war post with this puppy and cut some stuff. We're going to make a stop before we get to the war post for some stuff like usual. I'm going to do the whole Donnie B all day drop test, Gotta always give him credit for that. I still have that big old box out there for the time being to destroy. So we're going to see how this thing holds up. I expect it to do swimmingly. So there it is. Time for the war post. Alright, we'll start with a patent pending Donnie B all day drop test. Should be able to see that. Straight and true, which is not bad for a blade this long. And very nice bite. Oh yeah, look at that. Picks that sucker right up. Cannot complain about that. Now, like I said, for as long as my box here lasts, as you can see, well, you'll be able to see as soon as I point you over there. This box has given me great service in practice and testing. So let's see here. I don't know if you can tell one from the other. I'll move it over. Well, that's pretty telling. So yeah, and when it comes to the, well, there's just not enough left for that comma cut there. That's right over here. And that was me, my angle was kind of low. But you can see, I mean, this is pretty doggone cool. Alright. Now for the war post. I think I'll just leave this on and you guys can walk out there with me. Beautiful, almost fall day in Ohio. And we approach the war post. The post, the myth, the legend. Okay, get you oriented so you can see what's going on. I am going to have to turn you off because I forgot my water bottle and you don't want to wait here while I am fetching that. Get it all oriented here though. I shall return. Alright. Let's see about this water bottle. Okay, almost got it completely cut in half here. And all the water's gone out of it, so I'm not going to be able to do the comma cut. But let's see what happens when I do it without any appreciable weight in the bottle. Okay, even without the weight, you've got good solid cut. Okay, I gotta make an adjustment on the war post here. Thought it was lean, thought it was just a little bit cockeyed there. Hopefully that'll stay put.
I'm gonna move you guys back just a bit because I don't want to clobber my camera. Almost supporting its own weight. This is long. We'll try that again in a minute. This is a narrow target to hit with a thrust, but that worked. That's why it's always nice to practice on a moving target. Most things don't want to stand still when you're stabbing them. There we have it supporting their own weight. Take a minute to aim a little bit more, and I get good solid thrusts in. Okay, some good hard whacks. Look at the piece that took out of there. Okay, let's see about thrusting. Alright, good bite. Very comfortable. You don't feel a lot of shock on these either. That was actually a little hard to get out of there. Okay, let's see. I'm going to step into this thrust and hopefully I don't miss. Yeah, that's got an angle on it. And it did very well. Okay, we'll go over with this one. I want to see how it feather sticks. We're going to go over and see if we can find something to make a vampire deterrent and see how many curls we can get. I know the camera was a little crooked, but you get to see everything. Let's go see what we can find to carve up. Oh, and we did not check it for edge damage, did we? Okay, no edge damage. Seems it's retained his edge quite well, even after the cardboard and the war post. Okay, there's got to be something over here that I can do some carving with. I think I see something. Yes, sir, Bob. It's a little bit dry, but it'll do. Okay. I gotta go make sure that you guys are gonna be able to see this right side up. Okay. Sometimes this camera wants to flip images upside down. So I have to be careful about that. I don't know what kind of wood this is. It's dry and it's brittle, but it'll do. Okay, let's see, vampire deterrent. Once again, am I getting this? Yeah, it looks like I'm getting this. Pointy vampire deterrent real fucking fast. Pardon my French. Okay, now this is kind of dry for feather sticking, but you should be able to get an idea what it'll do. Yeah, once you find the angle, it seems to do it quite well. You're getting some nice curls. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Got a little carried away. If I was able to sit down and take a little more time with it, like, and just do something like this, but you can see this would make an excellent camp knife. It's got enough of a guard that personal protection against a pissed off wild boar or a lizard man zombie ninja would be no problem. And for a chopper and bushcraft, it's just about the right size. And look at that, how fast I got that kind of a point. Vampires beware. We'll go downstairs and I'll give you final thoughts.
Hey, you're a little cockeyed here. Sorry about that, folks. But one thing I want to mention too is that the sheath fits very well. There's no friction hold, but the ricasso doesn't stick out above the sheath. It doesn't rattle much. It will fall out without the strap if you're dragging around a lot, but the fit is also pretty good on the sheath. I'm going to make another inspection to make sure that I didn't get any edge damage. Make sure there's just to get all the bark and stuff off of it. Okay, yeah, edge held up fine. Everything's still tight. Very little shock, and when this stagolon is actually kind of hard. This, you know, this fake bone or faux bone. Very little shock when you're chopping, and the handle just feels great. And it would be like super great if it was Kraton, but as it is a very nice handle. This is the first time I've really done any kind of chopping of anything substantial with it, and very little shock. As you saw, it feather stuck pretty well, and no problem with the vampire deterrent, even after being bashed up against pressure treated wood, slicing through a thick plastic bottle, and going through cardboard several times. So a lot of people take these Chinese steels like 17 CR3 MOV or whatever they said this was, or any of those Chinese steels, or even stainless steels, and kind of malign them. But it's been my experience that if done well from a decent company, and Schrade is a decent budget company for the most part, especially the Uncle Henrys and the old timers, but I like the Uncle Henrys a lot. It does well. So the Schrade Uncle Henry 181UH, hard to go wrong. I do recommend this knife. They run about 30 bucks. Camp knife, trail knife. I think it's a little big to be carrying around for an EDC personal protection knife. But if you can't own a firearm and you need something, around your house, or you don't want to own a firearm, you can do this. But boar hunting, or helping to dispatch larger animals if you've already shot them and you need to finish them off, or hiking for defense against wild animals, yeah, I mean, this will do well. For the bushcraft or the trail knife, I do wish it has a choil. It had a choil. That would be a great improvement. It would help with the feather sticking and stuff. But you can make this work. The ricasso is big enough for your thumb, and the guard doesn't get in the way of putting your thumb on it. But It's very well. Now they call this a Bowie knife on some of the online places. And this is not what I think about when I think Bowie knife. I don't know what I would call this. This particular profile of knife. I like it. I love this profile. It's very useful because it's lengthy, so you get a lot of leverage for chopping, but it's light, so it's not a pain in the butt to carry. Other than putting a choil on it, and a Kryton handle would be an improvement. I'm not criticizing this handle. This handle is good. Kryton would be better, but this is perfectly good. This is actually a very comfortable handle. The sheath, would I rather have a good leather sheath, or better yet, a Kydex sheath? Absolutely, but as nylon sheath goes, this is one of the better quality nylon sheaths. So yeah, I can highly recommend this knife. And it didn't cut me, which is always a plus. The knife did not attack me all by itself. It's hard to go wrong for the money you pay for this. The Schrade 181UH. As usual lately, you will see a graphic of my missing family member. I don't know what it makes him to me, but he's my sister-in-law's nephew. He's been missing for 6 or 7 months now. On the odd chance that somebody sees this video and recognizes him, the contact information is on the card. I am approaching 300 subscribers. I'm at 269 the last time I looked. When I hit 300, there will be another giveaway. I don't know what that will be yet, but I'll be giving away another signed copy of my novel, The Fate of Nations, Fireteam Alpha Book 1. And I will be giving away some kind of knife. Right now I'm thinking it's going to be a Schrade Kukri, whose model number I can't remember. But that is my thinking. I was looking for what I was going to give away later. Give away earlier. So there's that. And as I said, I'm going to be giving the Cold Steel Luzon another chance. I'm going to be more careful about testing the lock because I don't want to chop myself. As it is, the injury was fairly minor, but had it failed at another point during the test, that lock had failed during another point in the test, that could have been really catastrophic, as in I would be called stumpy because I would have missing fingers. So, with that, I will leave you with my usual admonishment to draw your knives only in just purpose, sheathe them only with honor, and to remember that without knives, life would be dull and pointless. Please like, share, subscribe, feed the almighty YouTube algorithm. It really helps me out. And with that, I bid you goodbye.